Top 16 most visited places in USA. Number 1 most visited place in the US is New York City. New York City is like no other city in the world, and one that must be experienced to be fully appreciated. For first-time visitors, walking the streets can be like walking through a movie set, with famous sights at every turn. From the Empire State Building, to Rockefeller Plaza, the Chrysler Building, Central Park, Times Square, Fifth Avenue, Broadway, and of course, the Statue of Liberty. Sightsee by day, take in a Broadway show in the evening, work in time for shopping, and relax and reminisce over a fantastic meal. This is New York, with too much to see and do in a day or a weekend. This is a city worth visiting time and time again. Number 2. San Francisco. This charming and picturesque West Coast city is the perfect getaway destination for couples, singles, or families. Famous sights, charming streets, beautiful views, and outdoor dining are all part of what makes San Francisco such a great place to visit. Take a cruise on San Francisco Bay, tour Alcatraz, drive over the Golden Gate Bridge, wander around Fisherman's Wharf, or hop on a streetcar to explore the city sights. Summer or fall is a wonderful time to visit, but the climate here is mild and any time of year is pleasant. Number 3. The Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is one of those must-see, bucket list destinations that have been attracting visitors for generations. Gazing out over the canyon walls to an endless horizon and an unfathomable depth below is one of the highlights of any trip in the United States. Visiting the Grand Canyon can easily be done on a day trip from Las Vegas or Phoenix, and some smaller cities in the vicinity, or incorporated into a larger driving trip through Arizona and surrounding states. A train trip from Williams, as is another delightful way to experience the canyon. You can visit the south rim of the Grand Canyon, which is the most popular and most visited section, at any time of year. The road to the north rim of the Grand Canyon is closed in winter due to snow. Number 4. Houston. Houston from Buffalo Bayou Park is the perfect city for a friend's getaway, a couple's retreat, or a family vacation. With direct flights from cities across the United States and Canada, you can easily fly in to see a sports game, wander through Houston's Museum District, lounge by a pool at one of the many luxury hotels, and spend your evenings enjoying incredible meals. Houston has developed into a hot spot for dining in the United States and is now well known for extraordinary cuisine. If you want a relaxed but outdoor urban experience, rent a bike and pedal your way through the miles of paved trails in the parks or on the downtown streets. Rent a kayak and paddle along Buffalo Bayou in Buffalo Bayou Park. In less than an hour, you can be on the nearby beaches at Galveston, and along the way, you can make a stop at Space Center Houston. Number 5. Las Vegas. This glittering city of lights in the desert holds a unique appeal, and one that has been attracting visitors for decades. Huge resort complexes, with all kinds of things to see and do at any time of year, have made this a destination that draws everyone, from want-to-be newlyweds who come here to say their vows, to families who just want to hang out around a pool. Entertainment options are extensive, with some of the music industry's top stars calling Las Vegas home and playing to packed audiences every night. Cirque du Soleil offers another unique experience. And of course, each resort has something to entertain guests, from dancing fountains to an erupting volcano. When you've had your fill of the city, there is plenty to explore in the surrounding area, with the Grand Canyon, Hoover Dam, Death Valley National Park, and Valley of Fire State Park all within easy day tripping distance. Number 6. Waikiki. Waikiki is one of America's top beaching destinations, with all the comforts of North America on a beautiful tropical island in the Pacific Ocean. Located on the Hawaiian island of Oahu, Waikiki is a suburb of Honolulu known for the beautiful golden sand beach that stretches along the oceanfront. Backed by hotels and retail establishments, rent a surfboard and test your skills in the waves. Hit the shops when you're done with the beach, and enjoy great dining options in the evening. This is the perfect destination for everyone, from families to couples or singles. Number 7. Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is the U.S. capital and home to some of the most famous sights and national treasures in America. From the White House and the Capitol building to the Smithsonian museums, this city should be on everyone's itinerary of the East Coast. In the spring, the Cherry Blossom Festival is a beautiful time to visit, when the trees are in full bloom. Fall is also a good time, when the hot summer temperatures have cooled off enough to make walking around outside very comfortable and the rush of the busy summer season has passed. In winter, the crowds are definitely smaller, and the city is stunning after a fresh snowfall. Number 8. Miami, the hot spot of southern Florida. Miami is more than just a great beaching destination. Wonderful beaches can be found all over Florida. But Miami offers an atmosphere like no other city in the state. The Cuban vibe along Calle Ocho in Little Havana. The Art Deco district in Miami Beach that calls to mind the 1930s era. The endless parade of sports cars cruising along Ocean Drive in the evenings. And the summertime beach scene of South Beach are just some of the unique aspects that make Miami one of the best cities in the U.S. For a unique experience, take a day trip from Miami to Everglades National Park to see alligators, turtles, and an array of birds in this one-of-a-kind wetlands area. Number 9. Los Angeles. Southern California has a culture all of its own, and Los Angeles is the epicenter of this unique area. The city has always been associated with glamour, with the suburbs of Hollywood, Beverly Hills, and Bel Air dominating pop culture. Travelers will find all kinds of vacation possibilities in the Los Angeles area. Hollywood is a must for movie lovers. Families come to experience nearby Disneyland, and shoppers will definitely find what they're looking for in the Los Angeles area. If you are looking for a little sand and surf, head to one of the many beaches around LA for an interesting natural history experience. Be sure to visit La Brea tar pits to see fossil remains of prehistoric animals that roamed this area 40,000 years ago. Number 10. New Orleans. New Orleans is like no other southern city. The mix of cultures, with strong French and Spanish influences, is more reminiscent of the Caribbean than the United States. Cajun and Creole cuisine, jazz music, and the architecture of the French Quarter set this city apart and make it a perfect destination for a long weekend getaway. The highlight of New Orleans' calendar year is Mardi Gras, when elaborate costumes and outrageous floats light up the streets. Music can be heard everywhere, and the celebrations seem never-ending. However, if crowds are not your thing, you may want to avoid this time of year. The best time to visit is from December to May. June to November is hotter and prone to storms and hurricanes. Accommodation, where to stay in New Orleans, best areas and hotels. Read more. Top-rated tourist attractions in New Orleans. Number 11. Utah's National Parks. Southern Utah is home to a landscape like no other, with canyons, arches, natural amphitheaters, and oddly beautiful rock formations. Fortunately, Utah's parks offer access to the state's most incredible scenery. Zion National Park is one of the most outstanding, and particularly of interest for its hiking trails, soaring cliff walls, waterfalls, and the river running through the valley, making this one of the most visited parks in the United States. Arches National Park, near the town of Moab, is home to more than 2,000 sandstone arches, but is much more than the name suggests. Rock spires, petrified dunes, views to distant mountain peaks, and the numerous adventure opportunities in the area make this a place you'll want to spend some time. It's also a top mountain biking destination in the United States. Nearby, but completely different in character, is Canulin's National Park. Some sections of this park are as enchanting as the Grand Canyon but not nearly as busy. Plan on at least a day to see 2 separate sections of the park. And more if you want to enjoy the hiking trails. Bryce Canyon National Park offers a completely different scene, with a huge natural amphitheater providing the base for a forest of colorful rock pinnacles. The hiking trails in Bryce, which take you through this mystical landscape, are mostly easy to moderate and worth doing. And lastly, Capitol Reef National Park is a little out of the way but is worth a stop if you can work it into your itinerary.